Well, of all the scorelines I was predicting for tonight's game, West Ham 3, Chelsea 2 was not high up on the list. Well, what a win and what a performance, more importantly, by the players. And that result and general performance could actually save ourselves from relegation. As I say, to score 3 goals, I was definitely not expecting that. I thought it'd be another 2-0 defeat, in all honest. And even after Chelsea took the lead after Williams' penalty near the end of the first half, I thought that would be the case. But the way the players bounced back and looked much more threatening in an attacking sense with the 3 goals was brilliant tonight. As I say, not expecting that. I don't think any of us were, to be honest. I mean, it would have been typical West Ham in a way to beat Chelsea tonight and do a double, and yet we're still near the relegation zone. Just typical West Ham in it. But I think from the first half, I think the first sort of 20 minutes, like sort of before the first drinks break, I think it seemed more the same from what we've seen against Wolves and Spurs. Very passive, not engaging the ball, defending very deep at times as well. Like there was a couple of occasions where Chelsea had it on the halfway line, and yet we were camped on the 18-yard line, like we were defending a lead, and defence needed to push up a bit more, and we were getting into a good shape, don't get me wrong, but just making it a bit easy for Chelsea. They're passing it around, keeping possession, but fortunately for us, they didn't create a huge amount of chances in that first period. And then after the drinks break, we started to improve, and we thought we took the lead about 10 minutes before the first half. Thomas Souček scored what probably should have been his first proper goal for West Ham. Obviously, he got one later. I'm not going to spend 3.5 minutes talking about the disallowed VAR goal. I thought the whole point of FIFA bringing in VAR was for clear and obvious errors. If you're taking 3.5 minutes to make a decision, it's pretty obvious that it's not a clear and obvious error. I mean, it was given for offside, and Antonio's head was offside. Yep, fair enough, but the shot from Souček didn't come off on Antonio, or it didn't look like it anyway. And even if it was John Moss in the VAR hub in Stockley Park, I don't think he even checked that angle. And I think it was given because Antonio was apparently in Kepa's line of sight, which I don't think he was. And if anything, he was on the floor. It wasn't like Antonio's right in front of Kepa, so he hasn't got that excuse. He's on the floor, and if anything, it makes it a bit easy for Kepa because there's only one way that Souček is going to get a shot away, and that's what he did, and it rolled into the net. And as I say, 3.5 minutes later, eventually the goal's disallowed, and just it's sort of typical really. Go up the other end, Chelsea. 5 minutes later, they get a penalty. Willian, he tucks it away after Pulisic went down. Silly foul by Issa Diop, really. And then, that was 5 minutes before half time. We thought, well, here we go again. Heads are gonna drop, and we're gonna head to another defeat. But fair play to the players. There was another very similar corner routine, bowing with the corner. And Souček used his height advantage over Azpilicueta, who's not the tallest defender, and it goes in the goal. So that was crucial, really. That set us up for the start of the second half. So 1-1 at half time. Well, that goal just before half time, that really, really helped West Ham. The first 5-10 minutes in the second half, some of the football played was excellent. Playing a good 1-touch, 2-touch play, and creating chances. Winning the second balls as well, sustaining the attacks and pushing higher up the pitch. And it led to our second goal. What a good goal it was. Rice, Lanzini, Fornals linking up really well on the left-hand side. Ends up with Rice, he wraps it into Antonio. It looked like he might have been fouled, but he went down anyway. And the ball ended up with Jared Bowen. Does well, gets to the bar line, and crosses it in. Antonio, right where strikers, goal scorers should be, and he taps it in. I think he absolutely ran them ragged. Antonio deservedly man of the match. I mean, Christensen and Rudiger got absolutely nowhere near him all game. He ran really hard, held up the ball brilliantly, worked his socks off, and as I say, deserved his goal. And man of the match is quite a formality, really. So we took the lead deservedly after the start of the second half. And we were creating a few other chances. I mean, Lanzini, he had a chance which he curled over after a good counter attack by the Hammers. And if it was from a few seasons ago, I think I would have fancied Lanzini to bury it in the top corner, but unfortunately it went over. But Lanzini, I think his performance much improved tonight from what we've seen last couple of games. He's still not at the level from a few seasons ago. Don't get me wrong, but he was better tonight. I think he justified his selection. But after the second drinks break, Chelsea got getting more on top, keeping possession, creating chances. The subs for them made a difference as well. Ruben Loftus-Cheek made an impact. Louis Giroud made things difficult for us. But I think defensively we held our own, held our shape. And having Angelo Ogbonna back definitely helped us tonight. What a good performance he put in. He kept Sammy Abraham and as I say, Giroud, the sub, kept them quiet. And it was more Chelsea midfielders which were the threat. I mean, Willian and the Pulisic, what a game he had as well. But it was great from West Ham to take the lead, especially after going 1-0 down. Our record conceding first is absolutely abysmal. That's why we're near the bottom. But I just feared it'd be similar to the Liverpool away game before the lockdown, where we took the lead and then we ultimately lost. And I thought that might be a fear that would happen again, especially after Chelsea equalised. William with the free kick. It was a good free kick, but I think Fabianski. I'm not going to criticise Fabianski. He's been brilliant for us this. The games he's played since he joined the club. I think he'd be disappointed with that. And as I say, I feel we'd concede another one, not through our bad application, because the effort was there and desire, which is what the minimum you should expect, but we put that in. But just with Chelsea's superior quality, I thought they'd get a third goal, and as I said, be similar to the Liverpool game before the lockdown. But fair play to us, we kept going. And David Moyes, he's been rightly criticised for his poor substitutions and lack of substitutions since the restart. But his two subs made a real impact. I think Jack Wilshere showed some good flashes of quality, keeping the ball and his range of passing, as we know. But the match winner, Andriy Yarmolenko, I think before his goal, I think he again showed some good quality, and Barry, coming for Bowen, who put in a real shift, got 2 assists obviously. But I think the mentality from us tonight was defend resolutely but show a threat on the counter. And it worked a treat. As I say, we created barely anything in the first 2 games against Wolves and Spurs, but created a lot of chances tonight, and rightly so against the Chelsea backline. Apart from Aspilicueta, I don't particularly rate Rudiger, Christensen, and especially Alonso. And he was at fault for our winner, which I'm not complaining about at all. So another great move. Same as the second goal, another great move. Declan Rice cleared the ball. Antonio and Fornals 1-2. Great ball by Antonio to Yarmolenko, and everyone in the world watching this game knew he was going to cut inside and shoot. Rudiger didn't know that, obviously. But yeah, and that's the thing about Yarmolenko. Such a shame about him. We know the quality he's got, especially in front of goal. If he has an effort on goal, it's usually going to go on target and go in the goal, and he cuts inside, and there's only one place it was going to go, which was in the bottom corner. So and held out resolutely to close out a win. So absolutely brilliant result. Absolutely brilliant result. As I say, I definitely weren't expecting this if anyone was, to be honest, even the most optimistic West Ham fan. But I think that we needed to make a statement tonight, because Villa, the teams around us, Villa, Bournemouth, Norwich, Watford haven't been picking up results, and then earlier tonight Bournemouth lost heavily to Newcastle 4-1, so we had a chance to make a statement, and I certainly wasn't expecting us to make this, but I think the application, desire, the good quality on the ball, but defending off the ball as well, everything about it was absolutely superb tonight, and I think we actually can get better as well. There were times where gave the ball away occasionally, and I think with hopefully Sebastian Haller will be back for the next game at Newcastle, and I think we've got some favourable fixtures now, so if we can keep this level of performance up in this favourable run of games, then hopefully we'll get a couple more wins, and we should be able to secure our safety. But what a win! You know, it's hard to sort of describe. I still can't believe it, really. What a win! Got the 3 points bad in, he did, and so hopefully we can keep up for our remaining games. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. So I'll see you next time. Cheers.